Welcome back. Today we're going to learn about the standard deviation. In our previous video, we talked about regression analysis, where we are able to come up with a regression equation and also are able to predict the wife age in relation to the husband's age. So when you talk about standard deviation, you need to understand what is standard deviation and the formula that will guide us to solve the given problem. So standard deviation is a measure of deviation of data away from the mean. Now, the formula for solving standard deviation is given us. Standard deviation is given as summation into xi minus the mean square over n number of observation. Now, this is the formula for solving the standard deviation. This formula will enable us to solve the question given here. The question is compute standard deviation for ungrouped data of marks of students which are given below. Now, the marks here are given. We have 80, we have 60, we have 50, we have 40, 80, and 90. Now, for you to solve this, you need to rearrange the marks. First, you come and write solution. Now, our variables will represent as the xi, which is the marks. We'll have 80, we have 60, we have 50, 40, 80, and finally, we have 90. Now, when you come into our formula here, we'll have the variable minus the mean. So what should you do? You find the mean. Now, the mean is the total number of marks, which will be mean, it will be 80 plus 60 plus 50 plus 40 plus 80 plus 90. How many entries do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the number of observation or entries is 6. You take your calculator and sum all those variables, divide by the number of observation, which will be 80 plus 60 plus 50 plus 40 plus 8 again. Then finally you have plus 90. You come up and find what? Our total here is 400. Divide by 6. Our mean will be 66.7. 66.7. Now, from our formula, you'll come and write your mean. Now, our formula is here. The summation of variable xi minus the mean. You'll come and write it here. The value of the mean, we found 66.7. Now, the dispersion, di, is equals to xi minus the mean. Now, we will come and find here 80 minus 66.7. What is your answer there? 80 minus 66.7, you'll get 13.3. What follows it? 60 minus 66.7. You'll get 60 minus 66.7. Your answer will be negative 6.7, which follows 50 minus 66.7. 50 minus 66.7. It is negative 16.7. Then you have 40 minus 66.7, which is equals to 40 minus 66.7, you'll get negative 26.7. Then 80 minus 66.7. Finally, 80 minus 66.7, you'll get 13.3. And the final is 90 minus 66.7. 90 minus 66.7. It's 23.3. Now, we have all this here, but we have not done what? Squared it. Now, the deviation squared, d squared is equals to xi that square. Now, that means the deviation 13 squared, 13.3 squared, you'll get 176.89. Then you have negative 6.7 squared, which will be negative 6.7, which will be 44.89. This likewise you have negative 16.7 squared. You'll get 278.89. Then we have negative 26.7. Your answer will come 712.89. Then you have negative 13, you have positive 13.3 squared. Your answer will be 176.89. Then the final one, it will be 23.3 squared. Your answer will become what? 542.89. Now, into brackets, from your formula, you can see this sign, which means summation. So, the sum of xi minus mean square will be what? You add everything from that column. It is 176.89 plus 44.89 plus 278.89 plus 712.89 plus 176.89. Then finally it will be plus 542.89. So you'll come and find your total summation will be 1933.34. Now, for you to find the standard deviation, you'll come and divide your answer here by the number of observation. How many observations did we see? It's 6 entries. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll come and do it here. The formula for standard deviation, we saw it. It is the formula for standard deviation is the summation of this, which it will be 1933.34 divided by what? The number of observation, which is 6. So, which is equivalent to the square root of 322.22. So when we find the square root of it, we'll find our standard deviation to be our standard deviation will be 17.95. Just as simple as that, we find our standard deviation. Now, let's meet in our next tutorial where we'll talk about standard deviation, where we'll be having the number of frequencies. See you next.